Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ravaka Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone who do well. Peace, love, and blessings to you, brothers on the highways and byways, giving diligence, making call and election sure. And also blessings to the very few sisters out there listening, learning, and believing. I am thy fellow labor, Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, his essence edifying and exhorting, right? And this is just be a response to Elder Yashawamba's video, Miserable Are the Cities That Served. I'm going to just read it so I can just start the lesson off with. Baruch 4:31, it says, Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy falling. Verse 32 is the point. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. All right. So miserable are the cities which thy children served. So here it is. I'm down in the branch down here in GMS, Tampa, Florida. But I lived in Pinellas County, St. Petersburg all my life. And I'm about to show you here from WFLA News Channel 8. Okay, it looks like a snowstorm. Pinellas Beach is buried in sand after Helen's record storm surge. As the guy was stating in his video, is that each storm has its own characteristics. And what happened is the surge, was so great. It was the flooding. It wasn't so much wind damage. Which hurricanes, you see rooftops coming off, infrastructure's being blown away. But the characteristic of this storm here, Helen, was the surge, okay? And what happened was the surge was so great that it brought a lot of sand off the shores of the beach and basically brought it into the streets and into people's homes, okay? So the water receded, but the sand did not, okay? So that's why it says it looked like a snowstorm. But, this is beautiful because I lived in this city my whole life. All right. Most of my whole life. And on these beach areas, it's a bunch of proud ass Edomites, man, living in mansions, living in nice hotels. Okay. Just living this is Sunshine State, just living beautifully, man. Okay. While Jake is in the inner parts of the cities, in the ghettos, in the slums. All right. Well, they got these nice beach fronts, and they got their house literally right on the beach, man. Their backyard is a beach. Okay. Or their front yard is a beach, and these are multi-million-dollar homes and hotels. So this is beautiful to me, man. I'm rejoicing because I know how proud these fucking devils are, man, in this city because I lived here my whole life.
Next to it is,
all right?
Buried in the sand.
I think there's another one even further up.
Well, what's interesting,
I saw another one further up.
What's interesting, it looks like they are clearly clearing a path. You just hope that it's kind of, man, I'll tell you what, it reminds me of snow day where I grew up, right? When you would have a massive snowstorm. If your car was in a really bad spot, they would have to plow, and your car could get buried in snow if your car was in a precarious position. And it looks like that might be the case here with a lot of vehicles that are stuck in sand. But if they're in a bad spot and already stuck in sand, they might get even more buried in sand when the plow comes through. Look at all these cars that are just surrounded.
These are all disabled, totaled cars, and there's a ton of them up and down the streets. Because if there's that much sand, then the water level had to be at least that high, right? And once the water gets in the car, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, especially salt water.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all these damaged cars, damaged vehicles.
So even though they're digging that pickup truck out, unfortunately, it's guaranteed to all of us.
Yeah, look at this. So that sand there up at least 2/3 of the way up those tires, and we have seen some vehicles buried in sand up to, really at the windshield.
Yeah.
It's sort of a bit of an unexpected twist with Helene. Eric, you've seen a lot of storms, and Jim, you've been an Eagle for a lot of storms, and it feels like every time we fly Eagle in the aftermath of a hurricane or tropical storm, it's something different. We were talking earlier about the storm or the boats piled up after Ian in Fort Myers. Have either of you ever seen cars buried in sand like that?
No, and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of
See?
damage along the coast.
Never
Again,
seen
I really
nothing
do
like this
believe
before, man.
that when you transport sand to a beach on a normal day, and you've got
I've been throughout
a
these
deeper
beaches.
beach, right? You've got a couple feet of
All right.
sand. Oh, you want to make it nice and soft and this and that. That sand is easily movable compared to the packed sand
Bunch
that's
of
already there,
proud
right, from
fucking
nature. And I
devils
really
out
believe
there,
that's why
man.
we're seeing these cars that are buried in sand, where in other places like, from north of St. Pete
Proud
Beach and
ass
Clearwater Beach,
devils.
and even further to the north, we didn't see that, JB, right? I don't think Eagle Lake saw that either. It just seems like where the sand has been added to the beach is very loose and easily movable with that water.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, that it's very soft sand. It's not that hard packed sand that.
You see that? This hotel here is called the Don Cesar. All right, and it's like a very expensive hotel, big pink hotel. All right, it's like a landmark of that beach. All right, and it costs. I forget exactly how much it costs, but it damn sure costs a lot for you to just stay in that hotel. All right, it's like a landmark of this beach, man. Remember working out in these areas, Ubering, buses, all that. That's the only time Jake ended up being down there is working, slaving, man. All right.
That the beach that's been there a while, has. This is freshly, fresh sand put down. So it's like you said, it's going to be easily movable.
This is a good locator for people. The Don Cesar in St. Pete Beach, the famous Pink Hotel, right there on the Gulf Coast.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Make this lesson too long.
And Eagle HD looking at Pass
Get
Grill
to a
here.
pivotal point.
Yeah, I think all this piping right here is part of that renourishment project.
Yep, Pass the
Wow.
Grill. It's restaurants and shit out there. Once again, where Edomites go out and they just have a great time. It's a great time on St. Pete Beach, as they say.
Meaning it was covered before this, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's covered or not, but I know it's part of the project.
I remember JB shoveling your car out of snow.
Oh yeah, it's grueling. Yeah, you see the guys are just like.
Oh, look at
man.
that roof.
Fast forward a
Oh
little
wow,
bit.
here's
I
some.
didn't-
Especially considering the
I hope everybody down there is taking care of one another, and for people to the point where things are still in large part shut down, inaccessible, replenishment, and the sand that made its way what appeared to be a couple of football fields inland
easily. Yeah.
onto our roadways, and
A
that
couple of
cleanup
football fields inland.
is going to
Come
be
on.
its own problem. Its own. You noted earlier, Eric, about sand getting everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
folks, you ever go to the beach and sand gets into your car and it gets everywhere, even after you've cleaned yourself off? You think that you've gotten all the sand off of you, and yet somehow you look at the bottom of your car when you get home and there's just sand everywhere. Think of that on an exponential scale beyond comprehension. That's what we're dealing with here, with sand making its way into these neighborhoods and into these communities.
And into people's houses.
Right.
Just another aspect of the cleanup.
Let me get to one point in
Now we're
this
at the St.
video,
Pete Beach area
then
coming up on
I'm
Sunset Beach.
close out and go back to the scriptures.
I mean, luckily we haven't seen nearly as much roof damage
I saw
in
these
regards
two
to the strong wind.
devils standing outside.
Yeah, we were noting that earlier. How
And I got some
it's
more
almost a bit shocking
for
that
you.
there
I
aren't
shared it
more
with the
rooftops
Akim in
torn
the
from the
chat
structure.
already.
We've seen torn rooftops and damaged roofs, but a lot less than what we were expecting. Again, every storm does a different type of damage, and we can point to 5 different storms, and the flights
Right
from
here.
Eagle will look different all 5 times because each storm has their own characteristics. This one,
So like you said, each storm has its own characteristic. You don't see a bunch of once again damage by strong winds, roofs blowing off and shit. But the look, this is the flooding, all the cars are totaled. All right, people's houses, flood damage, total, gone. And I'm gonna
I've just
show you
never
more
seen
images.
this much sand come ashore before.
Yeah.
Never seen this much sand come on shore before.
Ever.
All right.
We've covered storm surge. Okay, not historic storm surge like we've had with the record-breaking storm surge with Helen. However, just this much sand getting pushed onto our streets. And like, there's a great shot from Jim. I mean, into
Right here.
structures. Look at that.
Into structures. This man, the whole front of the house is covered with sand, man. You know the process of cleaning that shit out, let alone the flood damage that's already done took place. But yo, I'm telling you, this is a big deal. All right, these devils are finished, man. Nice little shack like that, right in front of the beach. These devils was living good, man. Great. Don't have to worry about no crime or nothing. A nice day on the beach, waking up every day, the beach fronts and all that shit.
Yeah, the water
man,
recedes, but the sand just
covered
stays.
that shit, man.
I can't remember the last event where we had, a decent amount of surge to where any of that loose sand would have been pushed, even a football field inland.
It don't look high,
couple
but
hundred
that
yards.
sand is
And
feet
so
into
that
the house,
sand
man.
that has been loose there for.
So yeah, I'm gonna hit it there. Then I want to show you guys, real fast, these images. All right, just don't got nobody's information in on. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go up real fast, show you these images of this Edomite devil I know, who he still stays in there, right? Scripture use the word not abusing it. So this Edomite devil here, he sent me these pictures. All right, this is his house. He said, look, you see the water line on the wall there? That's how high the water went in his house, man. Because he lives right on the fucking beach. Okay? These are pictures he sent me. The same video I showed you, these news, he lives right along that same beach, man. That beach area in St. Pete, all right? And he said, look, this is shit, man. He said, literally, before the storm came, the flooding, he said his shower and everything started pumping shit, man. Sewage. While his shit underwater. Through. He said, I lost everything. Whole driveway full of sewage. Streets full of water. That's his street out there. It looked like a pond. That's not a pond. That's a street, a cul-de-sac that he lives in. Right? That's all sewage waste after the water receded. But that's it. All right? Just to show you that real life, like that's part of some of what these homes you see that you can't really tell. That's part of what some of these homes have and how it looks inside of them that you're not able to see. All right?
It's noteworthy for those unfamiliar with the DeLorean, an exceptionally rare vehicle, one that in this area.
DeLorean, look at that. A fucking DeLorean. Exceptionally rare vehicle. That Back to the Future car. Totaled. That's a classic. You can't just go buy that and easily repair that. Total.
Beaches.
A DeLorean.
And there it is. Why is this noteworthy for those unfamiliar with the DeLorean? An exceptionally rare vehicle, one that, of course, was the centerpiece of the Back to the.
Look at this devil. He feets up with sand. That's high. I'm trying to express this to to people because I've lived there. Bro, that's feet of sand. That's way too high. He on this fucking
Future
snow
trilogy,
mountain.
the movies. You don't see too many DeLoreans anymore. Obviously, they only made DeLoreans for a short period of
All
time.
these rich old ass devils,
and
man.
to see one
Finish.
in the middle.
Call hello Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So I'm gonna leave it there and get back to these precepts. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 24. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so they shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting, my children. Suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. For thy enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. And I'm seeing the destruction of my enemies, man. My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it were your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that brought these things brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons, ultimately tongue, she that Babylon the Great. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. All right? For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. And it goes to show you this go hand in hand with the prophet Isaiah and also John in Revelation. How America once is destroyed by the missiles. All right. Babylon the Great. Only desert creatures is going to dwell here. But miserable are these cities, man. So call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, man. I'm so happy for this. And I pray that this strike takes place tomorrow. And, man, the Lord just continue to bring the plagues, man. Because, man, all right, to see the fall of the enemy, man. Let me see. It's like it. Might be spelled different in the Apocrypha. Let's see. Or it might be an S on it. Nope. Let's see. I can't find it. Yep, spelled different. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in thy heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So this is beautiful, man. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Hey, not to mention, before we, the brothers, Mayam and Ash was already preaching in Tampa. But, we preached in Pinellas or St. Pete, Clearwater Beach. We preached in St. Pete for some years, man. And we got nothing. We got scoffed by Edomites constantly. And pretty much there was no fruit that came out of there. So we wiped the dust with that place long ago. And look, now the judgment is being set in. So call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. Because St. Pete is just basically an island. If you look at it, just a peninsula hanging off, surrounded by water. So that place has already been condemned by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. The last precept I'm going to get is Deuteronomy 30:7. We'll close out here. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. It says, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So it's just beautiful to see the Heavenly Father bringing judgment upon our enemies, man. Once again, call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Double on yourself. Apostle Great Millstone that taught me his truth. And blessings to you, brother.